Richard Branson. Hello. What a pleasure it is to be here. Thank you for inviting me into your home. This place is quite remarkable. It feels like sanctuary. I guess the first thing that's on everybody's mind is where did you get your startup money from? To buy all those airplanes, to like what were you selling? Like you couldn't have just had like a an orchard of money trees in your backyard. Like I mean, like it just didn't come out of like thin air. Like it's not. You just what? Like you just scratched? It came out of scratch? Like how could it come out of scratch? You know what I'm saying?
I think creating things from scratch means you're not inheriting all this sort of history and problems that come with buying something.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you. I'm glad you cleared that up. But like, are you good with like the the war on Hollywood, the war, the mass distribution of wealth by by police officers and judges and whole judicial system, and put framing innocent people, putting them in jail, and then have to spend their whole life savings to get out of it. I mean, I don't. I think it's just gotten too big. Like, you're okay with that though?
Very good. Very nice.
Oh well, that's. I mean, I know your lifestyle is nice, but like, what do you say to the people that say that you don't know anything about creating businesses and you haven't learned any skills on how to, like, what are the skills of creating businesses anyways? Like how did you come to like be able just to spend your whole life partying? Did you get the money from somewhere else? Like what do you want to answer about that? I'll throw a bunch of questions at you.
I think I've learned the skills of creating businesses, but now I create organisations to tackle different issues in this world. So whether it's climate change, whether it's conflict resolution issues, whether it's drug reform, whether it's trying to abolish the death penalty, whether it's sort of monitoring the planetary boundaries of the Earth.
Oh well, look. I guess the the when you're working for the evil empire, and you've been handed a whole bunch of money, like like this guy got all his money from the same place all the other millionaires get their money from. You know, it comes from killing the same group of people that Donald Trump was a member of, which is a celebrity group. You can tell Donald Trump doesn't sound like a snob, like my aunt. Like she sounds like a snob. So that tells you that there's someone above Donald Trump who lives in Florida. And anybody who lives in Florida, like my dad and my aunt, like they seem to own all of Florida. Like it seems like Richard Branson. I mean, he's known my uncle for a long time, which is, just, and then it's like, I don't get any of that money. I don't get to, like, I'm like friggin' Neil Diamond, when walking down the street in the middle of the city and it's totally empty, like, there's a war because it has to do with Hollywood, all the musicians, like, where the cops just decided, hey, look, we're more powerful. If they're gonna mock us or if anybody's gonna complain about us, we're gonna friggin' destroy them because we've already taken all their money. My aunt started Blockbuster Video. Like, who else started it? Like, I mean, she's obviously not gonna say it was her, but she was there when Blockbuster Video started, so she's got more than enough money, okay, I don't know, like, I don't understand, like, how, anybody that disagrees or whatever gets murdered, like, what kind of, like, what the, is that what the game is? Just to friggin', keep all the hotties for yourselves, and then the rest have to, like, struggle away and do all this, like, friggin' work and shit? Like, what do you have to say about that, Richard?
If you create something from scratch, you can, generally speaking, get it right. What are you passionate about?
Fuck, who are you, buddy? I'm the one doing this interview, okay? Alright, fine. You guys want me to leave? Fine. I know YouTube is owned by the same people that own Blockbuster Video. So, like, they're obviously, they're not gonna do shit, they're not gonna share my video or whatever. Like, instead, they have videos of, like, you'll see a video where the thumbnail will be, like, a picture of Kurt Cobain with his middle finger up. And it's just a taunt to Kurt Cobain because it's just basically, like, whoever killed him, I think is the same person that killed Jim Morrison. Died in a bathtub. Jimi Hendrix, I don't know if it was a bathtub, but it's so stupid, They all, like it was literally a massacre of Hollywood celebrities, orchestrated by the only group that could get away with it, And Richard Branson is one of the people that all his money and his rich lifestyle was given to him by just, like, it was taken by force, YouTube is owned by my dad and his friggin' corrupt organization that he's a part of. He started it, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, you could tell he's definitely in on it. I don't care how many people are in on it or whatever, but I mean, usually everybody likes just to arrest one person, right? Well, how many murders can you pin on one cop? I don't know, but it was like, there was obviously ordered that, when you're high up at the police department, and you got a hell of a lot of money, and it's all stolen money, is people will do anything because money's a matter of survival, right? And so yeah, you can wage war on a whole music and movie industry, just because they insult you in their movies by making police officers look bad. Like, they killed the fuck out of that one guy, the kids of a town in 1979 in a movie killed the fuck out of a police officer. And yeah, like, I mean, it's just like, look at the, it's like they just they're basically given a whole bunch of money, but then they're murdered. So I guess that money goes back to whoever gave it to them or whatever. Like, they have ways where they can say that you have the money or whatever, but then they can, like, get it back, and it's all like complicated banking and all that, right? I mean, it's all made up anyways. The bank is just like, you know, like nobody's gonna work if they didn't think that everybody was in debt, right? Oh frig. Okay, well, all right. Where did you get your money, Branson? I had to, you know, put in my own spotty answers because nobody's asking you that question. Anyways, yeah, this YouTube. Oh man, they hate friggin' celebrities. Just look at every thumbnail. It's a bad picture of a celebrity, and sometimes they got the middle finger up, you know, and then they'll say like some derogatory comment, and those are the only videos that gets airplay. So those are all propaganda videos from YouTube. And my channel is the best channel on YouTube, and yeah, I don't get any views. So explain that anybody can. I'll ask anybody. Maybe I'd rather talk to Richard Branson because frig. I mean, I would trade my whole life for one friggin' hour of his life. Jesus Christ. But you know, but that's that.